Hi guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'll show you step by step how to draft this fitted alternate top pattern. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do now is to determine how low we want this top to. So go ahead and determine how low you want it to be. You can make it 4 inches, 5 inches, 5.5, 6 inches. It just depends on how low you want it to be. So mine, I'll be going down by 7 inches. So I place my 7 inches at the starting line. So I'll just go ahead and take my vertical measurement. I want the length of this top to be 22 inches. So I'll be adding 1 inch for the hemming allowance at the bottom. So at this point, I'll just go ahead and mark my half length and my bust point. My bust point is 9.5. So I'll go ahead and put that down there. So I'll go ahead and connect the points this way. I'll go ahead and label this: my bust point, my waistline, top length, allowance. After that, I'll put down my under bust. After that, the next thing now is to mark my darts. So my bust span measurement is 7 divided by 2. I have 3.5. So I'll go ahead and mark that down. Then I'll go ahead and connect. On the waistline, I'll go out here by 1 inch. If you're on a bigger size, you can go out there by 1.5. Then at this side, I'll be coming out by ½ inch. If you're on a bigger size, you can do 1 inch. So I'll do the same thing on the bust, at the under bust, sorry. Then at the hem line, I'll come up by 2 inches. Then I'll go ahead and connect these points together. Connect it this way, and this way. I'll come over here and connect it from the under bust back to the bust point this way. The next thing now is to come over here and mark our bust tightening. So I'll go out here by ½ inch and here by another ½ inch. If you're on a bigger size, you can go out here by 0.75. So after that, I'll go ahead and connect it back to the bust point this way. The next thing now is to go ahead and mark our horizontal measurement. So I'll come here and mark quarter of my waist measurement, which is 7. I'll put that down there. Then I'll move over to the bust point. I'll mark my bust measurement, which is 8.5. Then I'll mark the same thing up here. After that, I'll move over to the hem line. I'll be marking my hip measurement, which is 10 inches. I'll put that down there. You can go ahead and add your sewing allowance on your pattern paper, or you add it when you want to cut it on your main fabric. But for mine, I'll just go ahead and add it on my pattern paper. Then over here, I'll replace this that I have 2 inches here. Sorry, I have 1.5 at that point. So I'll just go ahead and replace it. Then mark 1 inch for my sewing allowance. Then I'll move over to the bust point. I'll go ahead and add 1 inch sewing allowance. Then I'll do the same thing here. You don't need to replace this that at this upper part. So I'll go ahead and connect this point together this way. So I'll go in here with my cuff rope and connect. After that, I will come up here by 1.5. This is optional. It just depends on how curvy you want the end part of your top to be. The next thing we're going to do now is to go ahead and cut this pattern out. This is our center front and this is our side front. Here I have another pattern paper I'll be using for the back pattern. So I'll go ahead and minus 7 inches just like I did for the front. Then I'll go ahead and mark my bust point and my waist line. After that, I'll just go ahead and connect into a straight line. The next thing to do now is to go ahead and place my tape like so and measure the length of the top just like I did at the front. Remember, the length is 23 inches, so that's exactly what I did there. I'm using a zipper allowance of 1.5. You can do 1 inch, you can do 2 inches. From this zipper allowance line, I'll go ahead and measure my bust span measurement, which is 3.5, just like we did at the front pattern. So I'll go ahead and take that over there too. Then I'll go ahead and connect. This is my bust point, my waistline, and the top length. I'll move over to the waistline. So over here, I'll go out by ½ inch and over here by ½ inch. Then I'll connect it all the way to this point, this way. After that, at the hem line, I'll go up by 2 inches. Just like we did at the front pattern. Then I'll go ahead and connect my dart legs to that point. So I'll connect it this way. So our back pattern is coming out. The next thing to do now is to go ahead and take my horizontal measurements. So at the waistline, I'll go ahead and measure my waist measurement divided by 4, just like we did at the front pattern. Then I'll go ahead and replace this that, you know, we took ½ inch from both sides, making it 1 inch. So I'll go ahead and replace that, then add 1 inch for my sewing allowance. I'll move over to the end line, mark my hip measurement divided by 4, which I have 10. I'll go ahead and add my seam allowance. Note, I'm taking my measurement from this line, zipper allowance line, not at the edge of my pattern paper. So I'll come here and mark my bust measurements, then I'll add my seam allowance. The same measurement I have at the bust area, I'll take it over, I'll take it to the upper part, then I'll mark my 1 inch. After that, I'll go ahead and connect these points together this way. As I'll come over here, I'll go up by 1.5. I'll go ahead and curve it this way. At the zipper allowance, I'll go in by 0.75. This is to eliminate the zipper bulge at the back. So I'll go ahead and connect it this way and also connect it this way. The next thing now is to go ahead and cut this pattern out. This is what the back pattern looks like. This is our center back and this is our side back. So just go ahead and place this on your main fabric and cut exactly what you have here. After that, just go ahead and join your zipper allowance this way. Go ahead and join this together. Then your side back, you just go ahead and join it side by side this way. So you see what we have here. When you finish joining it, this is exactly what it's going to look like. So we put this aside and bring in the front pattern. So you're going to go ahead and do the same thing for the front pattern. Just go ahead and place this and cut it on your main fabric. Make sure to add ½ inch at this area, and on your center piece, make sure to add ½ inch also around this area. After cutting it on your main fabric, you open this up. Make sure when you're cutting the center piece, your fabric should be on fold. There's no joining here, so make sure your fabric is on fold when you're cutting your center front. So after that, you just go ahead and join the side by side this way. So this is what it will give you by the time you're done joining. This is what it will give you. For the strap, just go ahead and cut a long fabric. It depends on how long you want your strap to be. After you must have joined this center piece together this way. From that joining, just go ahead and measure 2 inches at that area. At that joining part, just place your tape roll at that point and mark 2 inches. And the wideness of the rope should be 2 or 2.5 inches wide. Make sure to place your fabric on fold and go ahead and cut the long fabric that you insert in here. That's the fabric that goes around the neck. This is all for this pattern drafting. If this was helpful, do well to give me a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe for more pattern drafting tutorials. I'll see you in the next one.